Welcome everyone to TKC Check, where I basically just check other people's YouTube videos to see if whatever they say in their YouTube videos is right. And so today we're going to be looking at a video called Do Glasses Ruin Your Eyesight by SciShow. So let's go ahead and turn to the first web page and start the video. Alright, so first question,
like me,
do glasses ruin your eyesight?
Eyeglasses will ruin your eyesight. Over time, the thinking goes, the eye muscles that stretch the lens in your eyes aren't worked out as much, so they get weaker, and you keep needing stronger and stronger prescriptions to see clearly.
Alright, now the place where they got this myth is obviously from Society, but one of the articles that talks about this is the American Academy of Ophthalmology. And you can see that these are just 5 vision myths that they have on here. And the part about, here it is, wearing glasses makes your eyes dependent on them is one of those myths. So let me go ahead and zoom in for you so that you guys can see it better. Right here, let's see, where is it? Wearing glasses on your eyes makes your eyes dependent on them. Eyeglasses correct blurry vision. You may want to wear your glasses more often so that you see clearly, but your glasses aren't changing your eyes so that they become dependent on your eyeglasses. So that is a myth, and now we are going to find out why.
Hurt your vision is a super myth because
there
that
you
is
go.
not how glasses work. Most vision problems occur because the eyeball is either too long or too short, causing the cornea and lens to bend or refract the light either too far in front or behind the retina, giving you blurry vision.
Now, this part is actually interesting. I was fairly confused about this until I saw one of his other sources, which was the... Oh, and this is just another one of the sources that he points to show that the idea that glasses hurt your vision or something is just a myth. So this is another general ocular health myth, and this is from NCBI. But about this part, about the eyeballs being too long or too short, to figure out exactly how it does this, you see this visual right here. Now let's see if we can't zoom in here as well. So let's see if we can't go to nearsighted, because that's the one that they mainly talk about here. Here it is, myopia. So nearsightedness. Now the way this works is you have to kind of know how to read the lines properly. So this black line right here shows you what your normal light is like, and this red line right here shows you how the glasses correct it. So basically, if you are looking at something normally, the light hits your eyes and then it just keeps on traveling down. But the problem is that your eyeball is so long that the light just continues to travel and it misses this center point right here entirely. Now let me back up for a minute and show you what I mean. Let's see here. Do they show it on here? Okay, well, think about a good way of... I was hoping that they would show how, like, one eyeball was bigger than another, but I feel like that's a bit difficult to see. I mean, I guess you can kind of see that the far-sighted one is a bit more flattened than the nearsighted one, but again, it's fairly difficult. So just keep it simple and think about the travel size on here. So essentially the light travels a longer distance, and that's the reason why it gets, that's why it doesn't reach its proper place. Now to correct that, it doesn't do anything to like the light traveling inside of your eyes. Your glasses don't do anything to your eyeballs in general. All they do is focus the light so that the light starting point changes. So the light now starts in the corners of your eyes farther up, and now the same length of the light now hits together and hits the proper focal point. And that's how glasses actually correct your vision. They don't do anything to your eyeball. So let's continue with the video.
If your eyeball is too long and the light is focused in front of your retina, then you are nearsighted or myopic, and you can see things up close but struggle with things
myopia.
at a distance. like me. If it's too short and the light is focused behind your retina, you're farsighted and you can read that sign halfway down the street.
Or
but you have trouble reading
hyperopia.
what's right in front of you. Your eye muscles can bend the lens more or less to try and focus light onto the right place.
And
but
that's
those
what we
muscles
talked
can
about a little
only
while ago.
contract or relax so much to accommodate squat or oblong eyes. So weak eye muscles are not why you have bad eyesight. If that were the case, we would be doing eye exercises to cure our poor vision. Glasses do what properly shaped eyeballs do, which is make it possible to focus the light that's coming into your eye directly onto the retina.
Again, that's what we
allowing
were
you to see
talking about
nice
right here.
images. The only effect they may have on your eye muscles is reducing excessive strain on them. There was a time, though, when doctors thought eyeglasses could do more. For decades, optometrists purposely
Now,
prescribed
this is
glasses
fairly
for
interesting.
nearsighted kids that didn't fully correct their vision because they thought it would help keep their eyesight from getting worse. That's because
Now, the place where they found this out is in this article by the New Scientist. For decades, let me see if I can just zoom in right here. For decades, many optometrists have been routinely undercorrecting short-sightedness or myopia when prescribing glasses and contact lenses. Oh, and this tab right here is another source that basically tells you about myopia. Why myopia is nearsightedness. Myopia occurs if the eyeball is too long or the cornea is too curved, something like that. It gives you a nice little demonstration too, but it's basically the same thing. So let's keep on going.
In children, the eye is still growing and usually gets longer as it grows in the skull. In kids who are nearsighted, this could make the myopia worse. And
Now, I am not exactly sure where he got this information from. It does make sense because children are still growing. I may have missed something on that, but it's either something that is fairly obvious because, children's bodies continue to grow, or maybe I just missed that in one of the sources that he gave out. So I'm not entirely sure about that, but it does make sense. Let's see. And it does say that a study found that, we'll get to that in a later part of the video, what the studies actually
the
found.
doctors thought that fully restoring distance vision would make kids' eyes grow even longer as they tried to compensate to see things up close through corrective lenses. So doctors underprescribed, thinking that would keep eyes from elongating as much. But in 2002, a clinical trial called that into question. After 2 years, kids who were given weaker lenses actually ended up with worse vision.
Now, the actual source for this could be this page as well. It does show a graph that looks incredibly similar, but another one of his sources shows something that is eerily similar. So it was looking at essentially the same thing. Undercorrection of myopia enhances rather than inhibits myopia progression, so it makes you more nearsighted. But take a look at the graphs below. Let me see if I can go farther down. See how sorry, I'm at this graph, how similar these two graphs are. Basically, if you cut the axis right here, they essentially progress in the same way. So this could be the place where he got this where this news article got the information from. I mean, it's quite similar, and it was also written in 2002. So maybe they just put a little bit of color to it or something. So see, show more. This is available online 2002. Or I was not able to get an actual source for this. In other words, I wasn't able to find the full PDF file, but this one, well, technically this was in 2004. I'm still kind of figuring out the purpose of this stuff, but since I can't actually look at the since it doesn't allow me to look at the actual article, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can click this. Yeah, see, look, you have to actually log into Ovid in order to do something like this, so I'm not really sure, but there is a really similar graph right here in this newspaper, and this scientific study essentially says the same thing.
The results were so striking that the researchers had to stop the study early due to ethical concerns. Subsequent studies haven't always found such a strong negative effect of subpar glasses, but there's no evidence that undercorrection helps, and optometrists have largely stopped the practice.
Now, the one about the ethical concerns, there is another paper or like news article on this. If in the BBC Future, I'm not really sure what that's all about. But does your glasses weaken your eyesight? Now, if we go somewhere right here, a study published from Nigeria found that. Oh, this is just the study about what people believe. So basically, a lot of people believe that wearing glasses hurts your eyes for some reason. But here is the one that is actually interesting. It's the trial from Malaysia. So this was also another study in 2002, and this could be the study that he's referring to here, which proved the hypothesis so wrong that it was halted a year early, because that actually sounds quite familiar to what he was saying. So basically, a group of 94 children with myopia were randomized at the toss of a coin either to wear the corrected glasses for their prescription or to wear glasses that left them slightly short-sighted. When the study began, the children between ages 9 and 14, next year, okay, contrary to an earlier smaller study, the children who wore... Okay, so in other words, their eyesight was gradually getting worse. And so can you imagine, like, basically your eyesight was dependent on a coin toss? That is probably why they probably got some pretty bad PR for that. Imagine my child's eyesight got completely worse because they tossed a coin and decided that he would get the under-prescribed medication. But it did, the study was, it may be pretty bad for the people that got the short end of the straw on this experiment, but it is really good for our knowledge that, yeah, this is a complete myth and you should probably not undercorrect your eyes.
So glasses won't ruin your vision. If anything,
Main point
they
of the
may
video.
prevent it from getting worse. And of course, yes, you might need stronger prescriptions as time goes by, because as you age, the lenses in your eyes get stiffer, making it harder for them to change focus. But it is not your glasses' fault, so keep wearing them because they help you see stuff and also just look cool. Thanks.
I guess the looking cool part is debatable, although we are in agreement about that. Some people might differ about that, but essentially the hypothesis is basically pretty simple. Glasses don't ruin your eyes. Here's the proof. It's been checked, and so until next time, I'll see you guys later.